What is up, everyone? In this video, we are finally going to take a look at Albedo C0 to C6. You've been waiting for so long, I'm very sorry, but I had to farm for a nice set of artifacts. I failed, however, to get the best artifacts to present you the best Albedo in YouTube. But because I'm going to be comparing C0 to C6, I figured I needed to get the defense percentage Sense of Eon. So here it is. I got a very sad Royal Pocket Watch. Very sad, if you know what I mean. If you understand what happened to this substance, then you would know. It was very sad. So right now he's using Noblesse Oblige 2-piece and Archaic Petra 2-piece. I think it is one of the best set you can have on Albedo because you're going to be spamming a lot of E's and Q's. Yes? So this is what his artifact looks like. Harbinger of Dawn. Yes, I know 3-star weapons are cheaper to upgrade to level 90 compared to 5-star artifacts, but I really do not want to use this weapon because although it may be good for you in early games, it will fall off. We recently got something nice from the event called Festering Desire. This weapon can be used onto other heroes such as Jean or also your main character, Bennett, and so on. Everyone can use it. It has energy charge and it increases elemental skill damage by 32% and then elemental skill crit rate by 12%. So I think this is very good just because many characters can use it. And then we can also use the Black Sword. It's going to help you do more damage with Albedo as you have him in the battlefield. If you really care about his auto attacks, then Black Sword is also a good weapon. And lastly, I would also say Scour Blade is good for him. He's also got the energy charge. He spams his E. He should be able to use a lot of Qs. So we are going to be taking a look at all these weapons. Because I think Albedo is very good with the support build, I would have to take out Black Sword out. Because you wouldn't want to have Albedo in the battlefield so long. That's going to be a loss for your damage. But because I have Skyward Blade at level 90, I am going to be basing this weapon and trying to see his difference in Constellation, okay? And this is my stat on Albedo. Right now, he has almost 1700 attack, 1500 defense, and he has 41% crit rate, 168% critical damage. For more consistencies in terms of damage, I am going to take the food, which only gives me critical chance, okay? Let's take a look at his Constellation. His C1. He uses E and he attacks and then it does geo damage, right? Then he gets 1.2 energy for Albedo, alright? Which is great because his ult only takes 40 energy. C2 says Transient Blossoms generated by Solar Isotoma grants Albedo Fatal Reckoning for 30 seconds. Unleashing his Q consumes all stacks of Fatal Reckoning. Each stack of Fatal Reckoning consumes the stack, increases damage by his Q, burst damage by 30% of the Albedo's defense. And this effect can stack up to 4 times, so we are definitely interested into his damage after C2, right? C3, C5 are level ups. C4 says his E, Solar Isotoma, increases plunging attack damage by 30% for active party members within the AoE. If Xiao does not get nerfed or doesn't get his skill changed, this is gonna be a good support constellation for Xiao. C6. If active party members within the AoE are protected by a shield created by Crystallize, Solar Isotoma increases their damage by 17%. Let's see how it goes. We are going to take him to random domains. Actually, why don't we take him to Child? Let's go beat Tartaglia up. It'll be weird for me to say, let's beat Child up. That's messed up. Alright. So we're gonna go ahead and do some damage testing on Child. It's challenging, yes. It's much better than Dvalin, right? Dvalin is just boring. So I'm going to be doing some damage testing on Child with Albedo. So the reason why I have 2 Geo is because 2 Geo gives you Elemental Resonance. It gives you more attack damage by 50%, so that's always nice. And 2 Fire for increased attack by 25%. So that's why I have 16, almost 1700 attack. I just used the critical food, so right now I only got 20% extra for crit rate with Skyward Blade. So here we go. Let's take a look at his damage at C0. Okay. Hello, Child. 1, 2, 3. Once. Alright, that's 2.7k. 7.3k. Alright. Oh my god, I got hit. It's okay. They've got Albedo. No worries. E Let me see if I can break his shield. Let's go. 24k. 24k. Okay. That is okay. That is okay. Actually, you know what, guys? We should not be using Child for damage testing. He gets this shield. I'm too busy like dodging, right? So it's really hard for me to like keep track of whether if I had the shield or not. So let me go ahead and take him to somewhere very peaceful. Not Dvalin though. Dvalin gets to rest today. Alright. I took this team to Maid Beloved's domain. And keep that in mind that in this domain, you get a physical damage bonus, so just keep that out of your eyes, okay? Physical damage doesn't really matter. We want to take a look at geo damage that Albedo is doing. C0 Albedo. There's a non-crit. 6.5k. 6.5k. Okay. 2.4 non-crit. Okay, 7.1k skill damage. And then here's Q. Alright, 22k. And then 4.3k from the explosion. Nice. Now we can take this as a base damage. And then we can slowly make his Constellation to C6. One thing I want to do more is his damage with the barrier. Because I'm trying to use 2 Geo in the team, and Zhongli is getting a buff, so Albedo's only combo is gonna be a lot better than now. Let's do this one more time with barrier. There's barrier. 2.8. 7k Isotoma damage. Alright, 7.6k skill damage. And here's gonna be his Q. And 23k, alright. And 4.6k explosion. So, spamming his E is great, but I'm thinking that his C1 is gonna make him into like the ultimate battery. Well, only for himself though. Alright, let's go. C1. Oh, finally. It's so shiny. So, you might think 23k, 22k, his ult damage is not that great, but it's effective. Those damage stacks up, right? Those damage stacks. And that was without Bennett's Q. So that's always good. Okay, here we go. Let's take a look at his, energy. As I proc his Isotoma, right? Okay. I'm not going ham. So you might not be able to see a lot of damage. But right now we're just looking at the energy, okay? Okay, so that charged up a little quicker, but because his Isotoma can only proc once every 2 seconds, I was not able to see like a huge difference. But I'm sure it surely helps. Okay, and we are really, really interested into his C2, right? Alright. There we go. Now we need to get the 4 stacks. We need to proc Transient Blossoms from his E, alright? Okay, that's 1. That's 2. Alright, so as the... like a lot of people were kind of confused about how this thing works. They were thinking that his E damage is going to increase. Transient Blossoms damage will increase as the stack goes up, but no. It only affects his Q. Here we go. That's 4, right? 26k. With the explosion damage, 8.9k damage. Alright, that is impressive. You might think, oh, it only works for his Q, right? But his Q gets stacked really quickly. His Q gets stacked really quickly, right? So that is always good. And his third Constellation, his E skill level gets increased by 3. So right now, we are at 222% skill damage and 227% defense. So I'm pretty sure he's gonna do a lot more damage. Let's take a look at the damage. Alright. Alright, let's go. His E damage is now 3.2k non-crit, 7.9k his Transient Blossom, and 8.6k skill damage. Alright. Feather Blossom is not Transient Blossom. It looks the same, but it has a different name. So you may get more Transient Blossom damage from the level up, but his Q, his Feather Blossom damage, is only dependent on his Q levels. So let's go for the 4th Constellation. I'm not so sure if you'd want to like do plunge attacks a lot, but it is here. It would have been nice if we had Chao to test this out, but 30% plunging attack damage. Okay, I guess it's good to have it, right? We'll test this out when Chao comes out, but right now, we're not going to be regularly using plunging attack when we're in battle, okay? So we're going to skip this. Let's go for the 5th one. It's his Q. Alright, so right now, his Q is level 9, and the Elemental Burst damage went up, and Feather Blossom damage went up. That's interesting. Let's take a look at his Feather Blossom damage with the 4 stack for his 2nd Constellation. And for those of you who's watching my video right now, this costed a lot. If this video is any chance helpful to you, whether if it's because you can afford C6 and if you're thinking about doing it or not, or you can't afford C6 Albedo but you wanted to know about the Constellation difference, please make sure you leave a like for this video and subscribe to my channel, comment to make me feel good. And keep that in mind, there's going to be a huge giveaway in January, so change that alarm setting from recommended to all, so that you'll be notified about my non-Genshin Impact video that is sponsored. Of course, I'll be drawing up to 3 winners, and they will all be getting $100. So I'm going to upload 3 campaign videos, and that's going to be total up to $900. Alright? That is one of the biggest giveaway in Genshin Impact community, so keep that in mind. Let's go! His E. I wasn't even able to see his damage. Alright, 7.9k. Wait, let me quickly heal myself. I don't feel very safe around here. Okay, be good, be good. Let's go. 9.9k. Okay. With the stack. So, if that is the case, that's 7 Feather Blossoms, 9.9k here. That's not so bad. You have to keep that in mind that this guy is in defense and he's doing that kind of damage. So we are going to find out about the last Constellation. Okay, so this means if you use non-geo, non-animal characters, you should be able to get a shield created by Crystallize, and this is going to increase their damage. But what damage is it increasing? Is the E damage getting increased, or the person who's attacking gets the increase in damage? Let's go ahead and find out. Okay, here we go. Let's create some shield. Okay, we have the shield now. Okay, 3.5k. We've got the Crystallize. Okay, 9.3k. 7.9. 7.9. Okay. What was that? Man, what was that? Okay, so it does increase my damage when I have my shield, okay? It seems like the one who's attacking is getting the damage increase. Okay. 7.9k. Let's pick up some shields, okay? Okay. 10k. 8.6k. 8.6k, alright. Lots of Crystallize. Okay, here we go. Alright, so I do get my damage increased, but is it worth it? I wasn't able to see a huge difference in terms of damage, but I would have to play around a little more to see if it's actually worth it. 17% damage increase. Interesting. I really didn't want to do this, but because Albedo damage was a little interesting, I would like to test him out in Devalin. I'm so sorry, Devalin. We have to do this, okay? I'm pretty sure I'm not going to kill you, so I'm going to be using the crit rate up because I'm doing this for Albedo. Let's go ahead and try to use his Q and find out about his nice damage. I'm going to be using Pile 'em Up, 20% crit rate, okay? Click. And Geo damage, of course. Yes. Click. And here we go. Let me adjust my teammates, though. I'm gonna have to be using Ningguang instead of Zhongli so that I can do extra geo damage by walking through Ningguang's E. Klee. Her Constellation for her E reduces enemies' defense down, so that is always good. And Bennett is here. I'm gonna have to use Thrilling Tales of Dragon Slayers on Klee, because I'd probably use Klee right before Albedo, so that's gonna be always good. This is gonna be very interesting. Watch the pro. Yeah, I can dodge his claw. Very nice. There's gonna be Bennett. There you go. 50k. Oh, very nice. Very nice. That was interesting. 50k for his Q damage. And then follow-up damage was 9k. And then because we used the defense percentage, right? Why don't we try out like the full attack DPS setting for Albedo and check out his burst damage along with his E damage and stuff. So this is my new Albedo. Full DPS setting. My defense went down to 962. And my attack is right now almost 2100. His crit rate is 56%. With crit damage, 201%. So, let's go ahead and take a look at his damage. Good thing about going DPS setting, like going attack percentage for Albedo, would be his Q damage. And your E skill damage, right? 222% skill damage. And his Q damage is 624%, which is a burst damage. Let's go ahead and find out about full DPS setting, Albedo. Okay. Ningguang E. Walk through. Nice. Here we go. Q. 61k damage. In terms of burst damage, DPS setting is the way to go. But what we need to take a look at again is going to be his E damage, his Transient Blossom damage, and his full stack Q damage. Let's take a look at it, alright? Okay, so he's gonna use Problem Up again. No Geo Potion. We're expecting a significant amount of damage decrease from his Transient Blossom, created by his E. Okay, 5k, 5.6k to be honest, to be exact, right? 12k for his skill damage though. Okay, there should be assassin somewhere lurking. Okay, that should be a full stack. Here's my Q. 13k, both non-crits, and 10k Fatal Blossom. Here's my Q damage. 46k damage with 12k Fatal Blossom. Okay. Actually, you know what? Didn't I like only use like Albedo? I didn't use Bennett's Q. I just did it for like the Crystallize, so I can use his Q, right? So if it's like this, then I think you can also use him in full DPS set like this, just like how I built my Zhongli first time. Although I'm not going to be using him for autos. Well, I did use some autos because of his weapon, right? Because I was using Vortex. In order for me to get some attack, I would have to do some autos, right? Before I use his Q. So if I'm using Skyward Blade on Albedo like this, then I don't need to do any stacks. But I always thought this was suspicious, like Submit Shaper, as if they're trying to suggest that this is going to be Albedo's weapon. But a lot of people had been telling me that Festering Desire, Skyward Blade, and Harbinger of Dawn is the best in slot. But it was interesting for me to play around with Albedo with Skyward Blade. So it would really depend on your artifacts. And I was not able to get a nice Albedo artifacts to do all the testing. So in this video, we went through C0 to C6 Constellation. And he's definitely a very interesting one. Yes? But then again, let me emphasize so many times again that getting Constellation in Genshin Impact is not worth it, okay? Keep that in mind. It took me $1,000 to do this. And even without his Constellation, he's still great as he is, as you have seen in the beginning of the video. I really hope that in the future, if Xiao comes out, Albedo is going to have a very good synergy with him so that his C4 is actually worth. So that's it for the video and for the build. You know what? You can go for defense, but you can also go for attack. Okay? Thank you so much for watching my video, and I'll see you guys later. If you have any opinions on my review, or if you have any criticism, please let me know in the comment section. I will take a look at it, and I will always try to make a better Constellation comparison video. Thank you so much. I'll see you guys later. Adios.